Are we live? Are we live, folks? Folks, it is the finale. It is the finale episode of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for tonight's show? We're ready. We got a lot to talk about. So let's get into tonight's show right now.
Big old bell, big old bell, big old bell, big old bell. All I really want is that big old bell, big old bell, big old bell, big old bell. All I really need that big old bell, big old bell, big old bell, big old bell. All I really want is that big old bell, big old bell, big old bell.
Man, y'all coming in hot. We can't even get the intro out and y'all ready to start the donations. Man, what's up, everybody? Nigerian Lucas here. We're ready to jump into the finale episode of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. This is our complete spoiler discussion along with you all as we break down the entire episode tonight. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling in the chat tonight? As always, we appreciate everybody coming through, showing us love.
I see some people just confused from the beginning. I'm saying for these comments, man.
Toxic Key coming in. Hey, Rock is a 10 out of 10 character. We're gonna come back to that 1 second. I want to make sure I give a love to everybody. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you all for coming through. Hey man, we got things to talk about. I ain't gonna give no comments until I wanna make sure the regular homies, I wanna make sure everybody come through before we get deep into everything. But with that being said, this is the finale episode. But that wasn't the only thing that dropped today. BMF episode 1 also dropped. Our review of that also dropped. We are putting out endless content right now. So that review is currently live. Obviously, we didn't do it live because we're doing this live. We can't do them both live. So that's just this.
I mean, because it ain't another pair of us.
Yeah, I know. We can't. we not that good. But definitely. Check that review out. We'll be in those comments, definitely interacting with you all, giving our responses to your reactions and thoughts of BMF episode 1. We are covering that entire season, so therefore, stick with us each and every Sunday night. We got y'all. But totally check it out. Like, even though we're talking about power right now, BMF, the first episode. As we said in that review, the first episode isn't the strongest, but 2 really gets into gear. So even if you're kind of like really loving power, but then watch that and kind of like, oh, this ain't all that, give it. I mean, you got to remember, like Lucas said in our review, that very, very first power episode was strong. That's the one. Cause I think you actually said that too. Cause I think you were going at like how most episodes P Valley is the clear example here.
That's what I compared. BMF's first episode, I compared it to P Valley. I'm reading some of these comments and I mean, thank you. Lucas is a G. That perspective. Hey. That was one of my first comments I wanted to make of the night for everybody, including Najir, who was confused when I said Juke did not want to be in that family. And everybody looking at me like I'm crazy.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But as I said, definitely check out BMF, check out our review. And we got more things coming up. So
I'm seeing some hating on Rock though. So yeah, we really got to get into this because a brother is a little confused.
I'm gonna go back to
Breezy in season 2.
Hey. I'm gonna go back to this comment. This is a super chat. Love again. Toxic Key with the donation tonight. Rock is a 10 out of 10 character. Your thoughts about that, Lou?
An absolute 10 out of 10 character. Let me explain this to you all out there. I know a lot of people the ending of the episode made it seem like Rock is an evil person, but then you got to pay attention to everything she did during the course of this season. She did nothing but give Kanan exactly what he's been asking for. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to be the man. He wanted to be part of the organization. She gave him the opportunity. He fucked up. Now you pay the consequences. See, even down to Lou saying, well, if everything was done correctly, why do you got to get him out of town? Because she's not stupid. He's a kid. She understood, even if he fucked up, guess who ain't gonna tell on him? Howard. Like it's the perfect plan. That's why I love Rock as a character, because one, it's real. It's an extremely real character. Again, that conversation with Kanan, the conversation with Lou was a conversation that needed to be had. Like, did you think like you can start a record label with drug money, my drug money, and then tell me you not gonna be in this business no more? That ain't the way this works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add too much to that, but I do think Rock and the storyteller writing depth and investment from the fans, I think she's the 10 out of 10 character. I think when I judge characters as well, I think about the psychology of the character. How consistent is it? And Rock has proven that her motives stayed firm the entire time. And like, let me make this clear. This is probably the lamest way I can put this. If you ever watch a superhero movie and the bad guy comes out talking about he wants world domination, and then somewhere in the middle of it, he starts saying he hates the superhero, and it's just like, well, I thought your goal was that, but they automatically, turn into something else that it never really was, and you see that all the time, and you're just like, well, that's a weak villain because they can't even keep their own shoes on their own foot throughout the entirety of the film. And with Rock, she's been a character that she had one goal. That's to take over the
that's it. And
then the wild card was where her son wants to get involved. Cool. I'll take care of that plan too. And she did. And it's just what it is. I really like Rock.
She rolled with every punch thrown at her this season. I don't think y'all understand just how amazing this was for this character to pull this off. She up there Floyd Mayweather in it, Joe. Like every punch you throwing, she rolling with it. She rolled off of everything. Yeah, hey, she had her connect taken away and managed to shoulder roll to a bigger, better connect.
Yeah.
She had a son who didn't want to listen to her about being in the game and shoulder roll that nigga to get rid of someone who she knew was a threat.
Ghost could never.
hey, if Ghost could do this, he would still be alive. Tariq wouldn't be running around campuses every goddamn where. If he could do what Rock managed to do here. I love this character so much.
I do.
This currently is my favorite character out of all the Power shows.
I think
it is crazy. And it's because I'm sorry to keep on interrupting you, man. But it's because they're showing a woman in control of an organization and being extremely smart and tactical about everything. Like, she's not making the dumb drug dealer move. And that's what I always feared they would give Rock, is a dumb drug dealer move. Like, no, everything is planned out here.
Yeah.
Down to moving. I didn't even think about moving the drugs away from the stash house, because if Kanan goes by that stash house and it has a video camera, I could set up Unique that way. Like, that didn't even pop into my head as something to do. And the point that she did it, and come on, son, that's it. Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I do agree, and I also thought that before this, I thought Monet was a strong character, and I'm really intrigued to see where that character goes next season, because this, for a one season complete slate of a character, I don't think I've seen anything empowered this strong. Period. And I don't think it's nothing about just the flaws or whatever it may be, or the right and wrong. I think it's just how strong they built this character to the point that everybody is invested into this character. everybody likes it. Everybody, especially you all in the chat. There's a few people that's not liking her, but like
I don't know why. I guess y'all not used to dealing with drug dealers. That's why. But we had missed. I got to throw out a shout out to one comment that I absolutely love, and that was from Nicole. I want to say Nicole Norwood. I remember that because of Brandy Norwood. And she put, Lulu just realized that he's a pawn in the game. Yes, that's what makes this is why this character Rock is so amazing. Because I think he thought he had more say so. And that's weird that he thought that.
I want to add something. I want to add like a bigger scope to this. When you think about what Juke character was in this episode, Juke was speaking nothing but the truth. Juke was like the social commentary for fans and viewers to understand the dynamics of what's happening. And then grown Kanan narration was like the icing of the cake of everything that Juke was saying. And it further solidified that Rock do anything to achieve what she has to do. And that means complete control and maybe the manipulation of everybody around her. That every single person in her circle all had that moment in the mirror like, oh shit.
But you know who didn't
run this. She actually do run this. Who?
Well, in this final episode, he didn't. And that would be Marvin.
Oh, I mean, because right now, and no, well, not in this episode. Last episode where they had to talk and they kind of got it back together, he knew his position. So
I'm about to say, but Marvin, I think, is the only one who openly accepts his position. Yeah. Everyone else thought, Kanan thought, because, I'm your son, I get to do whatever I want to do. That was a mistake to think. Lou thought, because I'm your brother, if I don't want to be in this, I don't have to be in this. That was never the case.
It's so Horace, real quick, because like Tasha, I think Tasha is a very intelligent character, but I don't think there's not one season for season that Tasha matches up with what Rock did in this episode.
Did we forget the whole setup ghosting of truth that she did? Did we forget that? Because I didn't. I didn't forget that. Come on, son. No, that's not. Tasha is a great character. Rock is a ruthless character. There's a big difference between them.
Yeah, Eroski, that ain't happening, bro. I don't know when, but I don't think that's happening.
I think that will happen because I think they will come to an understanding of who both of them are. Like, it is what it is. They're gonna have to come to that understanding. I think, again, I said it 3 episodes ago. I think this whole thing has been a coming of age or an awakening for Juke.
Yeah.
She finally knows who she is and what she wants. And that's the most important thing here.
Yeah. She's definitely like wising up in all aspects this episode. I mean, even when she was with the stop and frisk, I mean, she held her own. And I can't wait to talk about Detective Perk. But hey, folks, while we're at it right now, while I'm thinking about it, folks, do us a favor and hit the like button if you're in the chat.
We don't say that at all.
At all. But I definitely want this to be our biggest review as this is our finale. And we want to continue to keep bringing y'all stuff each and every week as the Power and then BMF and then Power and then all the other sorts of things coming. But definitely take a second right now, everybody, and hit the like button on the video.
Some of y'all are hilarious in these comments. This Toxic K Rock got rid of 4 headaches in this episode. Hey.
Can I tell y'all something? For somebody who's been in New York, I think like 2 or 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks in a row, my man Symphony on that New Jersey Turnpike, hitting that, getting back to Maryland in 10 seconds. I mean, at this point now, him and Tariq, man, the jetpacks that they got moving from town to town.
They made sure they borrowed them Game of Thrones Jones from HBO.
Yeah, but
we need to get here to here quick.
But let's talk about that real quick while I'm on it. Why Maryland?
Oh, because all New York niggas ran to Baltimore. Hey, whenever a New York dude needed to lay low, it was Baltimore.
Hey yo, real quick, if you from Baltimore in the chat right now, real quick, like be honest, who started wearing butters first, New York or Baltimore? And if you don't know this joke, I mean it's not even a joke, but like I swear on everything, if you've ever met somebody from Baltimore, they will literally tell you that New York stole their entire fashion, that everything originated from Baltimore.
Bugging.
I tried to tell you,
Butters clearly started it. Like, let me put this down. A lot of different people wore butters. New York signified butters. Like, come on, son. Come on now. Yeah. Hey,
yo, I'm done.
Hey, I know things. That was the place to go to all the time, Joe.
You know what's funny? People still be out Baltimore. This is one particular rapper. I'm like, why is he in Baltimore so much? And he's from Memphis. Why is he always in Baltimore? It makes no sense for him to be in Baltimore. There's literally nothing in Baltimore.
Marissa,
on the surface.
Maybe it's all the vacancies in Baltimore. You're right. It sets up a lot of stash houses.
Yes. Currently, I could take you down the block if you want. But let's get into a little bit more of the stuff that kind of went on. I saw a few comments, and this isn't really something of too much substance, but I know you're all gonna love it. Can anybody tell me one thing that Kanan did right this episode? Because my man was the goofiest dude I have ever seen in my life. He literally did nothing right. And I get it, to Lucas' point earlier about Rock exposing him to the responsibilities that he clearly isn't ready for. So you had to show that he's still adolescence in all of this. But for real, one thing that he did right in this episode.
Yep. Elvis said it best. He didn't need a room. That's the only thing he did right this whole episode.
Fair.
Is that he stayed put when he was supposed to.
Nothing, Cadis. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I've been thinking about this, and for real, anybody, tell me anything that he did right. I was wondering so grown Kanan's narration. I feel like I got to go back a few episodes to kind of set the context here. A lot of the subject matter that he was talking about was the overall scope of what the episode was going to be. He never really directly talked about a particular character nor himself, except for at the end of this episode where that was directly about Rock. Is there some type of reasoning as to why the narration is done that way? Because I think I would appreciate it hearing grown Kanan kind of walk us through what young Kanan was thinking through some of these different things and the response to that. Because again, we know the whole story arc of this character, but I want to know, like, what was he thinking when he didn't pull the gun 3 times, and then when he went to his mom and said 3, maybe 2, when it was clearly only 1, and the whole thing of doing all that and then going to Juke and flexing, talking about, well, he did it, he had to get it. So I would love to have heard the narration kind of go through like the train of thoughts and all of that. I think that would have been like extra good context with it.
Fucked up for no reason. It was no reason. Once you shot him once, he was down.
Yes, that was Kanan blood on his jacket. Yes, that's why they kept emphasizing him on his hand. And
when he did the white thing. Yep.
Yeah. So,
but here's the weird part of it all. When they run that, I'm not allowed to say it.
No. I know what's happening here.
What?
I thought about this because I kept saying, what's the significance of showing him hurt, showing the blood? Do you remember that there's a particular person who needs a donor? And do you know how they test donors? By blood type.
Mm-hmm.
And they also mentioned that somebody had a unique blood type.
Which means that your kid has to have it. If one parent is AB
only
negative.
A very little, very rare. And when the Detective Batiste came in the building. You knew I was going to do that.
hey, I thought he was going to tell her, hey, shut the fuck up. He came off that look like that was what he's going to tell her.
I swear to God. Yeah, AB blood. Yep. So this is where the intrigue goes to for next season. We will talk about what we want to see coming out of the next season and how do we see this goes about. But that's why there was so much context clues into everything.
Keisha Ang, you put that's how Unique's going to get off. Not necessarily because Kanan, if Kanan and Howard's blood type are the same, and technically DNA evidence would run that they are because he's his father. That's not gonna help get Unique off. That actually hurts Unique even more.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this is the early 90s. What we know as DNA evidence now does not exist as DNA evidence then. That is not the same way.
Yeah,
that's why so many people are free now.
No,
because 90s DNA evidence was not that reliable.
Or the opposite too, where other people didn't get got until recently, until that what's it called, the 23andMe started picking people.
Exactly. Like it's not the same type of service for DNA back then that it is today. So that would be different. And again, if Kanan is the same blood type as he should be, because it's AB. I forget how that goes at times with the blood types, but he should be. And if that's the case, it's going to come up as Howard. Even if they ran a DNA, it's going to come up as partially Howard.
Yeah. Yep. So, okay, let's, what else I want to get into? Scrap being back. The most loyal of the crew. As
my guy. Who survived.
Wearing the eye patch, you know? Well, I was wondering this for a part of the episode. So Marvin obviously had a big task. You know, Marvin is the most legitimate person, but so is Scrap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Scrap was there to pick him up immediately after it went down, which is a huge task. I mean, the block was hot. When Marvin didn't pick up the pager, why didn't she call Scrap?
Remember, though, she told Scrap, clean the car and go in. I don't want you doing anything else for the rest of the night. She told him that just at the end. And I think she's not going to take... she's extremely loyal to Scrap. But Scrap will also speak his mind and be like, I'm not coming back out. You crazy? Like you needed someone who looks like I'll be sure to come back out and get your child. Symphony is the perfect person. He's the most non-threatening looking black man, and he drives a Volvo. They ain't pulling him over. They're gonna let Symphony go. Sir, have a great night. Like, they're not gonna bother Symphony.
What is wrong with you? Hey, what is wrong with you? Like, hey, I mean, I was happy to see Scrap back. I think that character being back, which, you know, we'll throw a Scrap right there. I think Scrap being back is good signs of him returning for next season and being a soldier. And, you know, him and Kanan had that heart to heart. He's saying, regardless of who it is, you're a soldier now, you know? So we'll see what that means going forward.
Soldier now, fucked up, but you're a soldier, all right.
Hey, yo, y'all got to chill. You got to chill. Hey. You want to start giving people ideas. You want to start giving people ideas.
How you going to be young, Slick Rick? This is 91.
Hey, y'all funny as a man. All right.
Hey, that was one of the best lines of the night from Marvin.
Hey, chill. I'm not throwing that up, Elvis. You good. Not yet. You know. You know how bad I want to talk about it. So just chill, bro. Just chill. All right. Let's bring up this real quick. My man right here, the crackhead, obviously, high out of his mind. He was the one that, I guess, had credible details for them. Dude, like, was there anything significant by this? Or was this just to kind of connect the dots there as to how they even got a lead? Because
all he said is that nigga with the jacket. I don't know if he was shorter than me or taller than me. He gave nothing. And then who listen? I know Power. I know, like, he's a hilarious character. So I think it's just he just interjected in there for a tad bit of humor. And also, again, he saw what was happening, so he could give a little bit of the detail of it.
Yeah.
But most cops aren't believing a high crackhead. That just ain't gonna happen.
y'all. Yeah, I just was wondering, like, unnecessary, but okay, cool. We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
It may be something that pays off more in season 2 because Howard's interaction with him before, and for him to see who shot Howard, he actually may know exactly who did it, but he's only going to tell Howard.
Okay. I'm still not bringing up this comment. We're gonna let this ride out for a minute. Yeah, let's also talk about this real quick. Marvin got he got caught at a checkpoint, and I thought it was so. The entire episode, I kept wondering what would happen to Marvin, and how would they have something on Marvin? Is it me, or is this not credible?
It's not, and that's what. Well, you hold up. You mean the plot line or the actual building of a case against him? Because building of a case is not, and that's why he laughed. Yeah, when he said, "Oh, that's your witness." Like that's why he laughed, because he knows, like, in the end, nah, she can't get nothing on me at all. Like, yeah, I fucked her a couple times. What else is she gonna say? You caught her with drugs. That's why he kept on saying my lawyer's gonna eat it up. But that's why he laughed at the end, because he knew and understood. It's not a threat. She's not a threat to me. I'm gonna be fine. I think that was just a nice way to close her storyline out. Because if not, that I would have been hung over until season 2, and nobody care about her, like, at all. Nah, this is why people in the drug game, my drug dealers out there, this is why you don't mess with white women, because they will set you up at all costs. Leave them alone. Especially white women that run nightclubs that you sell drugs in.
Also, I think you just was thinking way too deep about this. I mean, she clearly was on that Stars contract where it's like, look, we need somebody that's going to have sex a few times. We really don't got much for you. But
that's it. She out there
smash him.
Hey, she got that role, and she thought she was going to be the next Holly. Like, no, you're not.
Oh man. Yeah, it definitely, like, I agree. It had to be the closing out of her storyline, because, like, it was nothing here. Him being brought in for a new open case. What happened in the last 24 hours?
We already understood that from the detectives that she was working with, that she needed more to even get a case on him. Yeah, hey, it's the 90s too. We didn't learn from Wesley. We didn't.
Hey, look, I feel like I want to talk about this, but I'm telling you, my man is giving off the most mischievous looks the entire time. And when they pulled up in Maryland, he kind of looked over at Kanan. I don't know if that was this was a long 5-hour drive, or like I got something for him. We
gotta stop, like, trying to make my guy, because he's my guy now. My guy, because I thought he was fed at first too. But we got to stop trying to make my guy Symphony like a fed. He's not a fed. Keep in mind, he's the one who went to Rock. Like, hey, she's snitching on your brother in the club. Like, he's giving the information out. Like, I don't think he's a fed. I just think that, he loves Rock. He could be the first good person on Power. We've never had a good person on Power.
That's why everybody out for him.
Everybody is looking for an angle. Like, man, he got to be a fed. He got to be this.
Yeah.
How about they just finally decided to give us a good person? We have waited 7 years and one with Tariq running for a good person. And Symphony's finally a good person.
Y'all are funny. Hey, by the way, I forget who made this comment. How in the world did my man Marvin pull up this season 10 episodes with 15 cars, and the last car he goes out on is a Mercury Sable? How is that the car he decided
to retire? I didn't think it was a. It was. What's the other jump? Is the Crown Vic and the other model with the Crown? Oh, my
Grand Marquis? No, that was a Sable.
It was way too big for a Sable, wasn't it?
Yo, those things were big.
I had a Sable back then.
Sables and Tauruses were big.
Oh wait, yeah, in the mid 90s, early to mid 90s, they were a little bigger in body. Because I thought like a Grand Marquis or something. I was saying, that's a weird car. You just had a Benz and a Porsche.
Yeah, the light bar. Thank you. Yep, exactly. But hold on, man. My man had a Porsche. He had about 15 Mercedes. And he rolls out this season, the last car with the Sable.
You know what that tells him?
He doing bad out here.
Hey, no. Stop being broke. You ran and shot at multiple people in all them expensive cars. You get pulled over some bullshit in the Sable. That ain't meant for you, man. You gotta leave them jokes alone.
Hey, you got to chill, bro.
Hey, man, look here. I think he's going to end up being Rock's voice of reason. I think that's the main purpose for Symphony as a character. And it makes sense for him to actually be that. And that's why they need to keep him clean.
Hey, y'all funny. And I feel you. There has to be some balance to this character because right now she's a tyrant. No one can tell her anything.
Yeah.
She's on top of the game. So it has to be somebody. And that makes sense. That makes sense. Folks, as we're still in this review tonight, again, folks, please hit the like button. We're trying to make this our biggest episode this season.
Great value, J-Lo, though.
We really appreciate the support. So definitely take a second and hit the like button on this video. And
OC Girl 81. Look here. I ain't even gonna give her J-Lo. That's great value, Angela. Like I'm done with her and her little brother at this point, Joe.
You're crazy. And by the means, folks, please hit us up with some super chats. We will greatly appreciate that.
No,
come on now.
That's something we really need to get into because I think that whole conversation from Lou leaving the hospital to him getting with his sister to him leaving out and her constantly talking to him, I think that's something that I love to see the change in Lou there. Because he went from being fed up and done to when he left that apartment understanding, like, I have no say-so. And I think that's going to change the way he deals with her.
So here's my thing with Lou, and I do agree that we did see a come to what's it called? A come to
Jesus.
No, I guess
that's what I call it. A come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, it's definitely something else I was thinking, but yes, that applies as well too. But as we know, Jessica has been boosting his head about leaving the game, and he got legitimate. And as we said, rappers want to be trappers want to be rappers, and this is just another case. And first of all, I'm just over famous, but hey, when his song was playing in the next car, I was like, look, he got a hit, and that's what it is. The streets need a body. And that joint's still on the Billboard charts #1, and that's just what it's going to be. And I think it's important though that Jessica said that this is our song. You know, this is what you did. You know, this is your label. You don't have a studio, you have a label. There's a lot of good context in the things that are being said, and I think that him wanting to confront his sister about the stupid move that she pulled, and how he felt about that. Folks, you all were saying last week in the chat that, you know, and I agree that he wanted to get out of the game. What would it ultimately be to make it happen? And by Rock's decision here was another tipping point to, I'm trying to get out of this. But he also wasn't expecting Rock to kind of G-check him. And I think that realization was kind of like, okay.
Not only that, I think, you know, it was closed-mindedness, and she said it perfectly. Like when he said, we can do this, make it clean. No, the moment you touch it, it's dirty. There is no making this clean. And Rock Records can't have you giving up the drug game. Like, that's just not going to happen. Not at Rock Records. You done lost your mind. She let it be known. Like, that little studio, that's mine too. Like, she let him know, like, nah, man. You're not getting out of this.
Hey, Streets Need a Body is a hit. I'm gonna throw some W's in the chat for that, because that's a hit. That's a win right there. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get that on vinyl one time for everybody. You know what I mean? Shit, if I wasn't too scared of that joint getting copyrighted, I'd throw that joint on right now.
But again, that's the interesting part of it, is that a lot of people at the beginning of the season we made the mistake before he had to kill D Wiz of thinking that Lou was the ruthless brother. And when he said in this episode, like, you know, I was kind of done when you had me kill the kid. And we go back to see just how emotional he got when he had to do it.
Yeah.
Lou is soft.
Yeah.
I think Lou's reputation is based solely off of Rock.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to have to see moving. Matter of fact, no, Rock and Marvin. Because both of them are known for being hard. So they automatically assume the little brother would be the same way.
Yeah.
And instead, he's not. He's not that person. But Rock letting them know, like, dude, you eat from this too. There is no just leaving just because you and your feelings. Like, that don't happen. And that's something that, again, I think that's the realism of this version of Power that I like a lot. Is that there's no way in hell that he would be allowed to leave. You got two choices here. You either leaving in a body bag or you leaving in a body bag. Ain't no other way out of this. And I think that's why he said, are you threatening me? And she's like, no, I'm not threatening you. Like, we're in this together. You family. But you need to know your place. And it's highly important that you know your place.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting. I was thinking about Rock in this episode before ultimately we got to the scene where everything I was thinking about kind of went away. But I was like, she went to church, which again, when I feel like you're going to church, that's your whole little like sanctuary of trying to find peace, maybe make peace with God one time before you do something savage. And then ultimately I got worried because she started smoking a cigarette, and anybody that ever smokes cigarettes is either about to snitch or definitely stressing the hell out. So I was wondering like what's on her mind? But I think she was really concerned about Kanan in the sense of
I think that's what we forget about too. We get to the ending and we think like, well, she got him going with Symphony to Maryland and all this other stuff. Like, what is she doing to Kanan? Like, the initial plan was for Kanan to be brought to her mother from Marvin. Just that Marvin got caught in a Mercury Sable and it fucked up the plan. But again, something we gotta appreciate here. On multiple times in this episode, Rock's initial plan got screwed up, but she always had a backup.
Yeah. Kanan was supposed to be dropped off to his grandma's, and that's why Rock went to church.
Yes.
His grandma. And that's why everybody was all like, oh, I haven't seen him in a while. It's perfect plan. But there is a comment, and I want to switch our topic night to talking about some of the open-ended things that happen. The first one is going to be, where did it go? Bam. Stephanie Brooks saying, you're right. I don't remember Kanan walking by the bodega. I got nothing, because I don't think so either. And this is right on par with him messing up everything else. So why would he had done that? My man went through the park. Matter of fact, I got the picture right here. My man went to the park. Then he came to this phone and he stayed on the block. That means he went from the courts back around to the pond, back around to the parking lot area. He never got out of the park. I think it's safe to say that he didn't go past that bodega. But as you said earlier, the only saving grace is that his blood is on it. And that does prove that somebody with that rare blood type, which it has to be Detective Howard.
Or they just didn't, they had him go by the bodega in thought. And just didn't, they didn't film that part of it. Like, they left that ambiguous. Howard has done that before. It's not, we're not going to act like they didn't do that before. We've seen the ambiguousness of it before with Power. So maybe they just left it there and like, nah, we're going to say he went past the bodega. We're going to show the tape eventually. And that's how we're going to get Unique in jail and stuff of that nature. Because keep in mind, Detective Burke took the tape. They watched the tape and then went and got Unique.
Yeah. And Unique said he got 10 witnesses. Hey, Tony T, bro, let me tell you something real quick. You right. You absolutely right. And when he do, everybody gonna be believers. But we're here with it right now because we know. But for real, if this man Famous puts out another song and he just gets to snitching on it,
it ain't gonna be nothing to do with Kanan because he'll be dead before he get that out. They're not playing with him no more.
Let's go to Detective Howard now. He's alive, folks.
Is he though? We don't fully know yet.
Okay, well, that's the question.
Yeah,
is he alive? And if he is alive, is he talking?
No.
Is he talking?
No. Like we already know that. That's what made Rock's plan for Kanan to shoot him so great. He's never gonna snitch on Kanan under any circumstance. And then he can't say, well, Rock had Kanan do same snitch. Nope. You can never snitch. Her hands are technically clean here. And the only person who shot him is his son. He's not going to open his mouth. He's not going to say anything. I think here's the messed up part about it all. And this is what we really got to think of. He's going to be the reason why they put Unique away, because he's going to go with Unique shot him.
Yeah.
He has no other choice.
Yeah. But also it's also further collateral for whatever he wants to achieve with Rock. At least that's what he's going to feel.
How about to say, Rock don't give a fuck no more. Kanan in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Kanan in Baltimore. Go find him. Bone marrow that, Mr. Howard.
Kanan going to start the 12 o'clock boys.
Hey.
You're going to be willing.
Kanan about to meet up with Weebay. Watch.
All right, let's talk about this season. Let's in all, folks, and everybody in the chat jump in on this. What's been some of our favorite moments this season? What's been some of our either favorite moments, favorite episodes, or favorite characters? Whatever y'all got. I want to hear a little bit of your thoughts.
Mr.
About
Tony
this.
T. I love that comment. Are the cops going to see Rock and Kanan walking into the bodega if they watch the tape? No, because the owner cut off the tape before that. Mm-hmm. Remember, this was her and Rock's plan. Mm-hmm. So Rock thought that out, like, nope, cut the tape here. We only need. That's why she was so adamant about, did you go past the bodega? Because that's all she needed. After that, cut the feed. I don't need nothing else.
Yeah. Hey, E-Rock, man. I know you. It's clear that Juke is one of your favorite characters, and Juke is mine too. I'll start off by saying that as much emphasis as this show was about Kanan, obviously by the title, it was really cool for them to run a very parallel storyline with Juke, establishing not only their relationship but also like their situations apart, and ultimately how we seen them as family, as friends, and both go to two different forms of trauma to come together to kind of look each other in the eyes like, we're kind of going through the same thing, little if you know it or not, deal with it. And I think that with the realization that Kanan was looking back, which I really hated that scene, by the way, of him looking back in the car like that. But I understand that they had to do it because that was the realization of him saying like, damn, I get what she's meant. You know, we're not different at all. Like, we're absolutely one and the same.
It's that speech she gave while they were hiding out. That's highly important. When she said, you're a fuck up. And he got mad at first and he said, but you're a kid, you're supposed to be. Like, we're doing adult things before we even know who we are. And Kanan, again, which helps prove Rock's point even more. Kanan comes back, I know who I am. No, you don't. Like, it's a really good point of understanding that these are teenagers.
Yeah.
Teenagers, one who is forced to be a more of an adult than she wants to be, and the other one who believes he's ready for it when he's not prepared for it.
Yeah.
Like, I love that discussion there. Again, that's why Juke is my favorite character. She's not the best. Rock's the best character, but Juke's my favorite character from this season. For just every time she spoke or she was on screen once she stole the show, but she spoke the most truth out of every character on this show on a multitude of scenes, and it was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it's been a good year for what's her Kilgore, Haley Kilgore, who plays Juke. I mean, this in the Aretha Franklin movie, showed endless versatility in her career. So I am expecting 2022 to be really big for her as far as getting roles, which means we probably won't see a lot of the big things until 2023 because, we know how the game works. People start looking at other people and like, oh, I need them in my project. And I think they're going to look at her last two work. And you have to think too, like doing a movie is one thing, but being able to do an entire show and being a main character is also something that people target because
being a scene stealer in a major show, that's huge.
Yeah, and she was not by any means advertised to be
not at all
big character. It's a big. We know the character, but she wasn't casted in the sense of like she's going to be a focal point. So whether you want to say it's the writing or just her pure talent, she captured scenes flawlessly. But yeah, I definitely agree with you all. But yeah, I love me some Marvin. Because as I said in the beginning of this, he was the actor that I had my eyebrows raised to the most because I had not seen a lot of versatility from him. He had continuously been a comedic act and stuff he was in. So what would he be in this? And I love the story arc of Marvin the best of everybody's because although Rock was the best character, although Juke was my favorite character, I felt like this character really embodied the show on a secondary character level where we seen this character that people were writing off as a joke, as just, what was it? Calling him stupid, calling him clumsy, all sorts of different things, whatever it was. In fact, actually being one of the most legitimate characters the entire time. When something had to be done, he went through it. He never snitched. He never got caught up in pillow talk. He handled his business. And Marvin was a G. He came through each and every time. And, while a lot of people thought it was going to be Lou, no. It was Marvin, who I was a little bit worried wasn't going to make it through the season. So I'm truly happy.
Marvin had one of the best drive-by scenes I've ever seen shot in a movie or a television show or a movie.
Big facts here.
I am big on a point that while he shot, he circled his car. Like, oh no, I'm not finished yet. I'm going to keep on shooting. Like, that is something you don't see. Normally you just see the spray on one side and you get going. And it was, you know what? Fuck you, Elvis. That's so messed up. D-Wiz was solid, though. He was. That was Kanan's guy. He killed somebody for Kanan.
Hey, on that note, Davina. What?
Damn, I feel bad for her. Her mama died and nobody cared.
Not at all. Not us, the writers, or anybody. She's gone. She got the
She's Jazz. Davina's mom is Jazz, Joe. She showed up. She did one scene in the hallway of the school and then disappeared. That was it.
Bro. All right. So look, folks. Again, as we get near where we want to kind of talk about season 2, I just want to emphasize one more time, folks. Please show some love and hit the like button so we can make sure we can try to get this video to be our biggest review of the season, as it is the finale, folks.
You know
so
what?
we want to appreciate it.
Elvis, that's a good point because that's something that Kanan has not addressed yet. Is that Davina would have been the person that gave up the stash house. That still hasn't been discussed yet. And I think that's something that we need to pay attention to.
Yep. Did you need kill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not wasting money sending a crackhead to rehab. No. It's like sending a fat person to McDonald's. I'm not sending a crackhead to rehab. You know where you get the best drugs at? Rehab. Like, no. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. had to become Iron Man to get rid of drugs. Like, do you know how hard it is? No, sir. No.
All right, season 2, folks. Now, one thing, then I'll talk about that. You said that you felt like this was the most realistic episode that you've seen all season.
It was the setups that happened in this episode that I absolutely loved. There were real consequences to things. We fully understood what was going on once Detective Howard got shot. We understood the way the city was shut down because that's exactly what would happen. We understood that cops would go to black neighborhoods to harass black people. Like, we understood that. And then every move Rock made. And some of the times the realizations that came to Unique, even though they came late, they did come to him. When they said Detective Howard was shot and him knowing, oh shit, she trying to set me up. Like, he knew that off the jump. I love that. It just seems so real because without saying too much, a lot of these setups are definitely things I would have done. And it would only made sense to do it that way. And because this show has done a great job of not giving too many options for things, because I think that's what happened with the big power, the flagship power. It gave you too many options after a while. Like, Ghost could do this or this or this or this. It's like, nah, it should be straightforward. If you're in this game, you don't have multiple options. You have maybe two if you're lucky. But we saw Rock, Unique, even Marvin and Kanan at times, like, push through. I only have one option here, and I got to do it this way. And this came across as something I would have expected to happen. It wasn't that miraculous thing that happened that throws you off and then pisses you off because it doesn't seem realistic. Everything here was realistic, including Kanan lying to his mother because he knew he messed up.
Here's what I want to say. Let's talk about season 2, folks. Jump in the comments because the question is, what are the things that you want to see in season 2? What are some of your predictions, expectations, desires, wants, whatever it may be? Now, I know a lot of you all really love this episode. And for me, I really did not love this episode. I don't think it was bad, but hear me out. This episode, for a conclusion, a finale, is very different from Power. And the reason why it's different is because Power back in the day was traditionally one season, you're crossing your fingers, and then Stars announced the season 2 months later. And so when they were concluding seasons, they were concluding them with strong cliffhangers and major developments because they were basically hoping they can tell more story. This one played it safe, built up their characters, and made it to the point that we know season 2 is coming. It had already been announced. I think, are they already filming season 2? I think.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so they know what they want to do.
They're not. They're finishing up Force right now.
No, they're doing Force. Yeah, they're doing Force. They finished Power Book 2 season 2.
Yeah, 2 is done already. Yeah,
I feel like I still remember them starting this.
I don't think they started this one yet. Not Kane. They have it penciled in. I don't think it starts till next year.
Either way,
I think right after Force, we're going to get Lorenz Tate Power. That's all I'm calling it. I can't remember what the name of that show is. I think it's just called Lorenz Tate Power. So I think that's going to follow after we get season 2 of Power Book 2. I think that's when they saw the Lorenz Tate version of Power back. But yeah, I don't think they've started shooting this season 2 yet. But your issue with the cliffhanger is literally why I love this episode.
No. But no, my thing is that this is how seasons should be done. It's just not what Power is used to doing because they haven't had the cooperation of Stars like they've had now. And that's why 50 was always lobbying that I run Stars. Y'all can't do anything without me. And they were definitely like, cool, season 1 was good. We'll check back in a few months, see if we're going to do season 2. And they done that until they got to like season 4 or 5, where they were just like, cool, you're signed on for the next 2 seasons. You're good to go. So you see the story, you see how the conclusion of the seasons going into next was much more stable instead of it being unstable because of the unpredictability that may happen. So therefore, what I'm saying is that like this episode gave us the substance that you needed for this season, but leaves the complete door open for everything next season without major cliffhangers. Like I'm not on the edge of my seat like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? It's more or less like, cool. I'm satisfied with this right now. I can't wait till it comes back. You know, more of a we got y'all. Just chill. We got y'all instead of hey. And the other thing about cliffhangers is because you also want people to desire more, because when you desire more, then you actually demand more. And that's like the whole technique of saying, hit up stars, tell them you want more. You know what I mean? But this is the one.
They put it off by the words at the end. It pulls it off perfectly.
Yeah.
With him saying, you can't even trust your own mother. And we see Rock, like, that's going to have people talking, because they're going to be like, what the hell is going to happen in season 2?
Yeah. So that's. I definitely want to know what some of the things that and you can start off by saying what some of the things you want to see in season 2. I'm gonna throw some comments up too.
I want to see this power dynamic that should present itself between Marvin, Lulu, and Rock.
Yeah.
Because she flexed. Once you flex, you can't stop flexing.
This is one of my favorite. This is exactly what I'm saying, Keisha. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Once you flex, you can't stop flexing. You got to keep it going. So, are we going to get to the point where she puts Lulu completely under her thumb? Which means, like, you're going to do this, and not only do you not have a choice, but I'm going to force you to do some messed up stuff, because you need to understand you're never getting out of this game. Like, I want to see that happen. I want to see what goes on with her and Marvin.
Yeah.
Like, Marvin still is the person who wants to take initiative. He just is a fuck up. Yeah. Does Rock give him more opportunities to still take that initiative?
And as I said, when Marvin has his back against the wall, that's when he's the most efficient. So, and
then Marvin and Juke. Everybody wants to see what's going to happen with Marvin and Juke.
Yeah. So they're filming season 2, Erotsky. They're filming season 2, shot some scenes in the Bronx. Redman is in season 2 of Power Book 2. Not
Raising Kanan. He's in Power Book 2.
It's a power spinoff. Yeah. If you're talking about Tate's, that's a power spinoff. It's basically going to deal with the Democratic Party.
Because they are evil.
And the Queen's Child project.
Look here, if they don't do something with this Queen's Child's project, Ghost has died for this project, and we still ain't got nothing off the ground. Your ass better be there at the opening ceremony to cut the ribbon for that motherfucker or something.
Y'all are funny. Yeah.
No, Nicole's mom will not be part of season 2. That scene at the police station ended Nicole. There's no need for her anymore.
Yeah.
I think they've moved past that character.
Rock is the devil. For Kanan to make that comment at the end, we know she's gonna. Yeah, he's Method Man's brother. Yes, because that's right.
Of course he is. That's right. Granted, they look absolutely nothing alike, and that makes absolutely no sense. But of course, he would be Method Man's brother.
Yeah, he'll be a one-off.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
I hope they make the name for the first episode of Power Book 2 Season 2, The Campus Meets the Body. You're damn right.
Well, the campus... Right. Well, we can't say that. In Power Book 2, the campus got a body already. They don't need a body. The campus got a body in the first season. Right in the swimming pool.
Is nobody lobbying for grown famous? Like a grown man famous? Is nobody lobbying for that?
It's going to be Fat Joe. Today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's what it's going to be. That's grown famous as Fat Joe. I don't want to see that.
Unique Crew was looking at him funny when they were going on about shooting Howard. I think they're going to turn on him. Okay, so have you all watched BMF? Probably not yet. I'm just going to leave it at that. I think there may be potential and there may be a flat out strategy to what you're saying. And there's an interesting dynamic here.
It goes to every drug dealer story. They're going to go to whoever feeding them.
Yeah.
Unique ain't around. Guess who can feed them? Rock. Guess who they're going to become loyal to? Rock.
Yeah. Mark, I thought they were filming too. So, either way, I would expect this to still. I would expect season 2 of this to drop next year this time, because
it will have to be next year this time for sure.
Yeah, they got their pedal to the metal right now.
But because we already know, Power Book 2 season 2 starts November 26th.
Yeah,
that's when Tariq's show comes back.
Yeah,
January 2022 is Force.
Hey, bro. Hey, that dude. Let me tell you, bro. If he goes to a party with Braden and they play Streets Need a Body,
and somebody say, "Hey, man, I got this old school joint, right? And y'all gonna love it."
I'm trying to tell you,
Tariq better look shocked in the fucking face when he hear Juke sing the hook, because he know Juke.
Let me just look on iTunes real quick. Let me see that joint on here. Streets.
Hey. Are you checking iTunes to see if Streets Need a Body? So, well, Power does do soundtracks.
Hold on, let me turn my music down real quick, because I'm just going to show y'all something real quick.
Yeah, because you want to hit that copyright infringement. It's on there. Streets Need a Body.
Yeah, Streets. There you go. Hey, my man Famous. Look, my man. Hey, look. Go ahead and show him some love on the iTunes home. Let me go ahead and add that to my library real quick.
There's no way in hell. I got tricked already by Empire years ago when I added Drip Drop to my shit. I ain't added.
Only you would have did that.
Shit, that shit was bad shit. Hey, when Lil Hakeem did Drip Drop, that shit was fire.
Hakeem and Famous for the verses. Let's go.
Hakeem smoking Famous.
Famous
body enough.
Famous got 20.
Something else.
Famous got 20 songs in a can right now, bro.
He got them in a can somewhere. Someone's can.
Let's go.
Hakeem got at least 4 hits.
Let's go.
And the song would be 2K somewhere.
Famous winning by a landslide. Let's go. I'm about to turn into that right now. I'll throw my damn TV. Y'all wild as Nah, but real quick, because we want to definitely get a few more comments from you all. What are some of your predictions going into season 2? What are we expecting? I know one thing I'm surprised nobody said is that we haven't seen the ultimate transformation of Juke.
Yeah.
We, especially me, kept saying Juke was going to leave the city. Never thought it would be Kanan. Is this how Juke now gets down there, going to look for him?
I guess we need to see exactly where Kanan ends up at. I'm saying Baltimore, because again, all New York niggas end up in Baltimore.
Hold on. But I'll add some context. He probably is going to go to Baltimore, but let it be known, people think Baltimore and DC are 10 minutes away from each other, and I guarantee they'll play it that way. I guarantee.
If they do some bullshit, because we are from this area, if they do some bullshit like Baltimore, like you can just go down the street to Baltimore, you cannot go down the street from Baltimore. Like that better not be the case, Joe. That would anger me. And I would feel how everyone feels in New York when they go from Brooklyn to Queens in 5 minutes. I would feel that way if they make DC to Baltimore in 5 minutes. It ain't.
Ooh. I like this prediction. Jessica and Crown going to sell Lulu. First of all, Jessica, I don't think she can be trusted, and Crown definitely is. At this point now, he's desperate.
Set up Lulu for what?
To get the studio back.
Rock would kill both of them. Did you not hear what we said? Rock Records ain't going nowhere. Rock would kill both of them too.
Do you think that they play an angle here? I mean, we're talking about the early 90s.
I think the angle that was played was Crown releasing Streets Need a Body. Because you remember when they were in the car, Famous said, or Jessica said, like, oh, they got it. Like, they must have a tape or something of it. Shit wasn't playing on no radio. How did you get a tape of this song?
Ooh.
Crown would have had to release it.
Ooh. I was going to say, I wonder if they're going to play an angle where they do, he owns a studio on the East Coast in New York. Does he get legitimate studio competition with rival cities? Do they keep him focused with the music?
I don't think so.
I mean, because this is just a 90s trope that they can just clearly just say, hey, it's there, it's the 90s. We've seen this a billion times. Just do it. Wonder if they're going to play that at all.
I hope not. I hope you still have Lulu wanting greater for himself, but not necessarily using just the trope of he has a record studio or a record company. So now he's just putting out like he has this artist and then this artist. Because eventually, the bigger the artist, the more people Rock would have to kill.
Okay. This is a good point here. Jessica's a bird.
Rockefeller Records. Yeah.
Is Jukebox mom in Baltimore? They bring her to season 2. Yeah, she is in season 2. But Baltimore, and considering that they said his mom left him for another woman. Baltimore was traditionally, especially in this time.
I'm about to say, yeah, Baltimore full of freaks. So yeah, that makes sense.
Could be. It really could be. I mean, whatever the connection is going to be, I don't think it's going to be something strong. It has to be something super ridiculously coincidental.
Somebody E-Rock said Juke's mom in Harlem.
Yeah, it could be. Question is, Symphony, where does he play in all of this? My man somehow abandoned the club, abandoned teaching, and he just out here on the street.
No, he's still teaching.
When is the last time you seen him in class?
I mean, look here. When the last time we seen Tariq like fully in a class? We see him at the beginning and at the end of class. That don't mean he's not teaching. I think he's still teaching. He's just in love. Like, and you heard her say, "You're the last person I would call, but I need you this. I need you this favor."
Sam.
Yeah, he gonna look here.
He gonna stop past Norma
Jay-Z
while he down in Baltimore, and
he
might even try to get a job there.
Jay-Z, the R&B singer who is to remain nameless, and Devin the Dude made a song before called "The Power of the P-U-S-S-Y." Symphony's hook. There's nothing he could do about it. Nor do I blame him for it.
Why'd you redact him like that?
You know, folks don't like him. I still listen to his music, but other folks don't. So I just said the R&B singer not to be named.
Don't get canceled, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't. Simp is an easy way to get out on it, but I don't think that's the case with Symphony. I think the case is he actually has feelings for Rock. And I think she has feelings for him. That's what I meant by him being her voice of reason, is because she doesn't know what to do with her feelings when she's with him.
I don't think this is happening. 50 Cent is so...
Wait a minute.
He's such an identified person that this would just be a terrible casting.
If they do it, it's going to be lots of bad Tyler Perry makeup.
Yeah. We don't want that. Yeah, you're right. Symphony teaches.
I'm gonna start calling this man Symphony.
Something is definitely up with him. I mean, OC girl. The thing is, like, I feel you, because there's not been no good characters in Power ever.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what's making all of us like look side-eyed at Symphony. And Symphony, like, man, I'm a good guy. And you're like, yeah, we just waiting for you to flip.
Bet. Yeah. All these comments right here. Bet. All on bet.
Lakeisha was a good character for a while there.
Until she wanted to get involved in the business and she didn't care how she could. And she turned on Tasha when all she needed to do was run money through it.
Tasha was fucking her over at first. Let's be real here. She just got a taste of power. That's what I mean. I said at the beginning, Lakeisha was a good character. In the end, she didn't. Damn, not even Tasha Mama was a good character. She was money hungry.
Rock Mama ain't asked about her other kids.
Because I am assuming, and I could be wrong. Everybody, look here. I have 14 brothers and sisters. 3 of us share the same mother. That's why I'm assuming. That's why she's not asking about them. Those aren't her boys. Rock is her daughter. And they ain't got the same mama. They got the same daddy, but they ain't got the same mama.
Raina was a good character. I want to be so ignorant right now and say, who the hell is Raina? Because Raina was the most irrelevant character to be a man. Raina and Yaz are neck and neck of like, why are you even in this show? Like, for real, for real.
Whoa. Didn't Raina cover up a shooting for her brother?
Who is Raina? I still don't care. Like, she's
no. But so I'm saying irrelevant. You can't say she's a good character. She covered up a shooting.
Oh yeah. True.
Yeah, come on now.
Sure.
She covered up a shooting for Tariq. I didn't even know them niggas was twins until I saw a cake with both of their names on it. I said, "What the fuck? How are they twins?"
You know. Hey yo, I saw the funniest thing. So the actor who plays Tariq, his birthday was the other day, and somebody wrote in the comments like, "Yeah, it would have been Raina's birthday too if you would have protected."
Oh shit!
I'm like, duh, y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Hey, I can't even believe I ain't bring this up, but like, I do got to go back to this. Why in the world was Detective Burke so damn annoying this episode and so goddamn assertive?
I don't know what is going on with Detective Rodriguez.
What happened?
But I am sick of this shit.
She went from a sidekick to like running things, and then she had another partner talking about come with me, and then she went up to Detective Baptiste and tried to tell him what was happening. I don't understand what happened that she.
And that Major Baptiste.
It is Major Baptiste. Okay,
Captain.
Cool. Yes.
Captain Baptiste.
Captain Baptiste.
I'm the captain now.
But
I'm the captain now.
Hey yo, y'all. Here we go.
Hey, you know what? She actually may be Sax's older sister.
No, not Sax. Who's the other dude? The other dude. Greg. Yes.
Greg.
Yes. Greg. Yep.
Look here. I'm gonna stick with calling her Detective Rodriguez White Poino. But like, cause she is so irritating, Joe. Super irritating.
Super character.
And here it didn't make sense because she didn't have the type of relationship with Howard that would make her, even when he gets shot and the new captain asks her about it, and she's like, "Oh, Howard hold everything from me." Then why the hell are you going out here attempting to knock heads off but Juke and let her get away with lying to you? Like, it makes no sense for everything that Detective Burke was doing.
I'm still tripped out that Rock would think that Def Con, a gay drug kingpin, was 10 times a better man than Detective Howard in the 70s. Why?
I know why he's saying that. I'm not going to agree with you at all and I'm only assuming why, because you highlighted that he was gay. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Because DEF CON would shoot your fucking head off. And I'm assuming Detective Howard is a bunch of lip service. Yeah. So that's why she would assume that. Like, don't let the idea that he may have been gay confuse you to how violent and what he was willing to do to people.
I don't prey on characters like this, but yeah, the Detective Burke can definitely hold this one like all the way. She can hold this L real quick.
But she's actually looking out like hell still for Juke, like extremely well. I think she knew Juke was lying to her, or she knew the bodega owner had a secret, and she's like, "Hey, just make sure everything is cleared up in the back,
because we're going to make sure nobody's playing cards in the back, because we'll be back."
Yeah. She's like, "Nah, I'm gonna still make sure you're fine."
Yeah,
hey, and it is. Yes, that's true. That's why I said what I said.
And it is funny that she did go there after she went there. She could have been following her because power forget to write things in. But yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean.
I'm not gonna say if it's a homophobic comment. He could be asking a legit question. It's just him being gay ain't the reason why. Maybe it's something else he's asking about. I'm never gonna assume someone, because that word is crazy to throw all the time.
Hey, chill.
You know what, Tony? They already got somebody playing P. Diddy. It's Crown. Crown is P. Diddy. Let me help you out there, buddy.
And it's his son too. So yeah, makes sense.
Crown is P. Diddy.
I always forget that Quincy's his son. I just really always forget that.
Well, that's because he's technically I'll Be Sure's son, but Diddy was with his mama and helped raise him. But yeah.
Facts. Okay.
That little nigga is the reason we got Forever My Lady. So no matter what he does in life, he is the reason we have Forever My Lady. And for that reason alone.
Wow.
Good job.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Assuming someone isn't with the business just because they gay is homophobic vibes. Fuck you mean? I mean,
so assuming someone isn't.
I think that comment's directed towards
the dude. Yeah, I think that it was. Again, if he could explain more of what he was saying with the comment.
That's why I said.
That's why when I read it, I said no, him being gay got nothing to do. One of the biggest drug kingpins in our area was supposedly a homosexual male. And so, what they got to do with anything?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, some of the most powerful people in the world was gay. And I'll just name one right now. And I mean, no one likes this guy, but he was one of the most powerful people in the entire world. And that was Adolf Hitler. He was absolutely gay. And everybody respected that dude in Germany. But so your sexuality has nothing to do.
Out of all people who you could have named,
I took the complete.
Look, you took Adolf Hitler out of all people.
You be snitching, not me.
Hey, I ain't say no name. I just said someone in this area. I know better. I didn't say no name.
Yep, Adolf Hitler was gay. That's for sure.
But again, that has nothing to do with them being a man. I mean, that was kind of a weird comment, but maybe he meant something different.
Yeah, I think
it's Fat Joe and Fat.
It was a question.
It's big.
I definitely think it was a question. But yeah, I do, bringing up DEF CON, I do hope that the character becomes some form of a presence for season 2.
Do you need him now?
Well, that's why I'm intrigued here. Like,
I don't think you need DEF CON as a character.
There was a lot of names in this season that we want more from. Davina's mom, who's died, who was killed. The daughter who name drop was there like a billion times for whatever reason.
The only reason people care about the daughter because they kept on saying it was Tasha. Nobody care about that little girl. That's the only reason they care about that baby. They need Davina to come back and be like, "Hey, so this is my sister Tasha. Hey, Tasha, say hi." That's what they want. That's all they want, Joe. They don't want nothing else.
Yeah. We all want Breeze. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we want Breeze, Tommy, Ghost, Angela. We want all of them.
I think don't expect them from the last thing I saw from Courtney Kemp, who is the actual creator of this show. She said, don't expect any of them.
Yeah, this season.
Technically, no, in this show.
Oh. Okay.
She said, don't expect any of them in this show. I think they really want to just show the story of Kanan before he meets them.
Yeah, because you know what? It wouldn't even be a bad idea to just come up with another series and then do that. Because even in the dangerous factor right now that this is Kanan's show and Juke had became a pivotal part when it wasn't supposed to be that way. The moment you bring Ghost in, little Ghost, teenage Ghost, infant Ghost,
no one else matters.
Ghost, no one else matters. That's why she had to make the statement now, because people kept saying, "Where's Ghost? Where's Ghost? Where's Ghost? And where's Tommy? Where's Tommy?" So I think it's fair to keep them away from, because they're such popular characters that it will completely overthrow.
It could kill storytelling for everyone else.
Yeah. All right, let me add a few more comments up here, and then we're gonna wrap it up for a little bit. DEF CON gonna fight Unique in jail. Yep, because the streets need a body.
DEF CON would kill Unique in jail.
Yeah. Unique gonna be in prison with DEF CON and found out that I'm not repeating that. I haven't heard that word in so long.
Fruity though?
I have not heard that word.
Man.
I think famous real name is Sean.
like as 50 Cent's son, so that's why he named his son that? It could be. Well, he named Ghost son that because that wasn't his son. Everybody know that now.
That has me really intrigued. That really do. That really
Or what was D-Wiz's first name?
It's a good question too. That's a good question. No one is worse.
Who is
than
Sean's
Tariq.
mother?
Agreed. No one is worse than Tariq.
Who is Sean's mother?
Didn't they visit her one time? I mean, didn't he drop some money off to her that one time?
Did he? Was that Devina?
So I'm really baffled here. I don't know. I really don't know. I will have to look that up. Tariq is way better than Kanan. He don't miss when he goes for the kill. Okay, so
you just didn't again. Yeah, I'm guessing you're just not watching Power. Like that's.
I mean, okay, cool. They would have been in elementary school. I am fine with a young Ghost. Everybody would love Ghost there, but you bring Ghost in there, that character becomes overly popular than whatever this show is about. So
yeah,
you just can't.
Then you're going to see more of him. I need to see more of young Ghost and all this. This is Kanan's story. I only care about seeing Kanan at this point.
They're going to bring everybody together. That's without a doubt. DEFCON versus Unique in jail. Knuckle up. Yep.
Knuck if you buck.
Knuck if you buck. That's right. Tommy Ghost and Tasha 5 years younger than Kanan, and they can't be in this jail. Tariq is much smarter teenager than Kanan because Tariq is legitimately a smart dude. Yeah,
Tariq is smarter than everybody on Power. If we want to have a conversation of intelligence level, they made Tariq smarter than everyone else.
Yeah,
and Michael Rainey Jr. pulls it off extremely well.
Yeah, Michael Rainey, there's his name. Ghost, Tommy Breeze, and Tasha ain't coming until season 3 or 4. True, at least Tariq gets the job done. Kemp said not in this season because the age difference. Yep. They are in elementary school. D-Wiz's brother gonna come looking for answers. Tasha is way younger than Kanan. Thought DEFCON was dead by now. I can't even.
I assumed that too, but I think on some episode this season they talked about him being in jail. I thought he was dead myself.
He's definitely in jail. Like, so I don't remember him saying he wouldn't have took an L in jail if he was that revered. There's no way he took an L in jail.
You never know because there's other gangs in jail.
Yeah.
Can't be protected 24 hours a day unless you're in lockdown.
Okay, that dude, who is Sean? D-Wiz real name or
are you talking about who is Sean in general? Because we keep on bringing up Sean.
No. He said, yeah, it is Sean. Who you talking about, D-Wiz, or you're talking about Derek is famous name. I do remember that. Tasha is even younger than Ghost. It's famous real name, Derek. Sean's mother name is Jerica, I believe. Davina is Sean's mother. Another name with a D, not Davina. D-Wiz name is Derek. No, Davina isn't Sean's mother. Hey, thank y'all for saving me a headache. Sean's mother held money for him. They said her name, but it's not Davina. Sean's mother is Davina. She had Sean by another man. That's why Kanan didn't care to kill him. Name a target that Tariq missed. I mean, he only shot Ghost, and apparently he's not dead based on everybody's conspiracy theory. So, and the dude that he shot in the apartment, yeah, he killed that person.
He said name one that he didn't miss. Hey, name a shot that Kanan missed. Didn't Kanan hit everybody? He just didn't kill them all.
Yeah, I think something with Tariq though. Like he's nervous. I mean, Tariq has held the gun and hasn't done anything. I mean, there's been a few times where he definitely
on the Power Book season 1. It's a couple times where other people had to kill people for Tariq.
Yeah, Tariq's stupid smart though. Absolutely. Salute Joey Badass. This was absolutely. Had some really powerful scenes, especially episode 9. Tariq would have done Howard like he done his professor.
That's a good question.
They the era telling me Susan's over. Yeah, and penthouse apartment suites in New York. Those are gone. DEF CON and Rikers Island. Joey Badass acted way better in Mr. Robot. Somebody said that comment last week too.
But you gotta keep in mind,
think about that
Mr. Robot is a completely different type of show.
Yeah. D-Wiz real name is Derek. Davina is Sean's mother. Famous real name is Sean, I thought. Derek is D-Wiz. Kanan going to catch a body in Baltimore. Tariq shot Ray Ray. Yes. Hopefully Tariq is in karate school. Tariq got like 3 bodies. Kanan's son, mom, was played by Tasha Smith.
Yes, she was.
Tariq bodies his professor. It's true. Hated that dude. I forgot all about that. Hated that dude.
Yeah, he didn't like. He hated Tariq.
That Hotep.
Yep.
God. Young Kanan is so whack compared to grown Kanan. I need him to level up real quick. Hey man, when you go out Baltimore, especially what time is it? It's 2:40. Y'all go out Baltimore right now. You'll grow up too.
Don't you put that little white girl in danger. I saw her little avatar. Don't you put her in danger. She ain't going nowhere near Baltimore, Joe.
I ain't going out Baltimore. Fuck that.
Nigga, I'm from DC. For people that don't know, we all don't sound like them niggas from Baltimore and say that do all that. No. My accent alone will cause problems in Baltimore. So yeah, I ain't going nowhere near Baltimore. We can get that damn if it's 2:00 in the morning or 2:00 in the afternoon. I have better things to do than ever go to Baltimore.
Sean, Puerto Rican famous. How do you say that? Figueroa?
Sean Figueroa?
Figueroa, yeah. Let me throw another comment up. I hope is see more rappers in the show.
I don't want to.
Yeah, Mr. Robot was way better written. Lou didn't know how to feel when they played. Yeah,
yes. Yeah, and the reason why I think is because he was thinking, how the hell did they get this tape?
Yeah. I want to see Jukebox mom around John Starks. Unique was 5 steps ahead of Rock. However, Warren is still free on the streets. The last part, can't even trust your own mom. That was crazy. Why they got to end it like that? I think it was an amazing ending. Tariq Professor was whack as fuck. Absolutely.
Yes, he was.
Kanan was blowing me the entire season. Tariq 1.0. Thanks, guys, for recap. Ready to watch BMF. Have a good night. Hey, I think it is time for us to sign off tonight.
Yes, we went 30 minutes longer than we normally do.
Absolutely. Want to give y'all a little bit more love tonight. So, folks, here we go. This is our finale review recap discussion with you all. We totally appreciate you all coming, spending time with us this entire season. As you know, now that Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, is done, we're on the BMF. Our first review is available now.
Yes.
Totally drop some likes on this video, drop some likes on that video, and drop us some comments on there too, because we didn't do it live. So that way we can kind of see how y'all feeling about that first episode. We want to be able to interact with you all on that. And then we'll be back for the entire season of BMF, which should be a very interesting show. And I tell you, talk about the conversations we've been having in Power. Wait till we start talking about some of the characters in BMF. Meech and T and B
Southwest
Mickey.
T said right.
Southwest T, B Mickey. What's the chick name?
I just remember her dancing the Supersonic.
Yeah.
And, well, that's in a future episode though. It's not in the first episode. Let me stop talking.
Yeah. So there's some really good characters, and I think you all are gonna like this. For everybody that like this, you will like BMF. So, but yeah, we're gonna skate for the night, folks. We're gonna call it a night. But yes, definitely we appreciate the love, support throughout this season of Power. We'll obviously be back for Power Book 2, Season 2,
which is November 26th.
Yeah, so that means you'll kind of see us regularly. And then obviously we'll take a break during the holidays, but then we'll be back for more stuff next year. Definitely also let us know what other shows y'all want us to cover. We also have some other things that we're plotting on as well too. So either way, we got
a big HBO show. final season coming up too.
Insecure. We will be there. We will be there for the conclusion of Insecure. So if you haven't subscribed by now, totally subscribe. I know I'm doing a lot of the regular YouTube lobby and stuff, but we want to just make sure that we see you all each and every week, man. We really do love seeing our regular fans and friends come through each week and being a part of the conversation. That means a lot. So just want to make sure we can keep this connection going forward. And also, people who's been hitting me up on Instagram as well too. The DMs are open, man. I'm always down to talk about this stuff. So definitely, if it's not YouTube, then contact us on there as well too.
My stuff not available. You get in my DMs.
Go ahead and hit Lucas on OnlyFans. What is it? Lulu Show a Body? Is that your name?
Hey, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
Hit him up on OnlyFans. Lulu Show a Body.
It's Lou's. The streets need this body.
Nah, I'm gonna type it in the chat real quick. That's your name right there. There you go. Lulu Show a Body on OnlyFans. Go ahead and hit him up on that joint. He doing bad, so he's trying to make some extra change on the side. But now, bro, we out, y'all. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you all for the next show, BMF episode 2, folks.